Hello friends. So in the yesterday's AILET exam, the current affairs section was easy to moderate. Do you agree with me? If yes, then let us discuss about the answers for these current affairs questions from yesterday's exam. So most of these questions are direct, as you know, direct multiple choice based questions. So let us try and identify the answers for all these questions and see also what is the level of difficulty of these questions. So as I said, most of these questions are doable, they are easy, and some of them are moderate as well. So let us delve into this session and let us try identifying answers to these questions. Starting with, which nation became the first country to adopt Bitcoin as a legal tender? So one question you might ask me, sir, are these questions from the previous year, from the previous 12 months or before that? So most of the questions are from the previous 12 months only. So if at all you are consistent in reading the newspapers, keeping a track of various current and contemporary events that are going on across the world and in India, then you would have a very fair amount of chance to answer these questions with a basic and decent level of preparation. We at Abhyaas in which ways have provided you with all the required content, material that is required for you to prepare for the exams like CLAT and also for AILET. So this one, the first country to adopt Bitcoin as a legal tender, it is El Salvador. So this was in news some time ago, like 6 months ago it was in news in the Hindu and other major newspapers also have covered it. So El Salvador has become the first country in the entire world to adopt Bitcoin as the legal tender. Moving forward, next question. Which among the following is considered as the world's largest stateless population? So in these four options, which one do you think are in news? Which one do you think was in news in the recent past? So if you see, Rohingyas are in news since at least more than a year because of the crisis that is unfolding in Myanmar. So the United Nations organization has recently issued a statement regarding this Rohingya community, mentioning them as the world's largest stateless population. So they are the community or a group of population with no state of them. So this is Rohingyas. Again, how to identify answer to this question? If you know that Rohingyas are fleeing Myanmar and they are coming to India in search of shelter, accommodation or safety, then more probably you can answer this question as Rohingyas as the correct answer. So it is Rohingyas who are the world's largest stateless population. Which athlete achieved the distinction of becoming the first Indian athlete from independent India to win 2 medals in a single edition of the Olympics, Summer Olympics? So from these options, again, who is that athlete who won 2 medals in a single edition of the Summer Olympics? So it is Manu Bhakar. So Manu Bhakar has won 2 bronze medals in 10-meter air pistol event in the recently concluded Paris Olympics 2024. So this is a factual question, as you know. This was very much in news in the month of August, and we at Abhyaas have covered extensively this Olympics related topic and various aspects, various dimensions of Olympics. So it should be easy for you in my understanding. Who is credited with being the first oncologist in India to have successfully performed a bone marrow transplant? So this one is difficult, I agree. So until and unless you must have come across this particular fact or data prior, you must have prepared this, only then you can answer such questions. So this is Dr. Suresh H. Advani. So this person is credited for being the first oncologist in India to have successfully performed a bone marrow transplant. So it is either you know the answer or you leave the question. That is the funda here. Next question. Which of the following is considered to be the closest equivalent of a Nobel Prize in the field of mathematics? So from these options, which one do you think is an award or a prize that is equivalent to Nobel in mathematics? It is Fields Medal. So Fields Medal was also in news at various points of time, and this Fields Medal is also famous as the Nobel Prize in mathematics. So in Nobel Prize, as you know, there is no award that is given away for mathematics as such, but this Fields Medal is considered as a Nobel equivalent in mathematics. So from that point of view, you should be able to answer this question. Next one. International Booker Prize 2024 was awarded to the book Kairos by Jenny Erpenbeck. So which of the following makes this win notable or remarkable? So from these four options, which one do you think would make this Kairos the winner of International Booker Prize for the year 2024 a most notable event? It is Kairos is the first book translated from German to win the prize. So Kairos is the first book translated from German to English to win the International Booker Prize 2024. This makes Kairos the most notable in this year's International Booker Prize awards. MS Dhoni, next question. MS Dhoni is considered to be one of the most successful captain and player in the popular Indian Premier League. Which other franchise in addition to the Chennai Super Kings has Dhoni played for? If you watch the IPL, then you can answer this question. Otherwise, then I think it should be somewhat difficult, but it is Rising Pune Super Giants. So when Chennai Super Kings was banned by the BCCI due to various kinds of allegations and irregularities, then Mahendra Singh Dhoni has captained the Rising Pune Super Giants, which has played in two leagues, in two events. So it is Rising Pune Super Giants. Which Indian football sporting club won the inaugural ASEAN Football Championship hosted by Indonesia in the year 2003? So India-ASEAN relationships are in news, as you know. So in relation to this, the first ever ASEAN Football Championship that was held in Indonesia in the year 2003, this championship was won by which of these football clubs from India? It is East Bengal Football Club. So East Bengal Football Club has won the inaugural ASEAN Football Championship, which was hosted by Indonesia in the year 2003. Moving on to the next question. So this question is under Science and Technology. Perseverance rover launched by NASA is famous for its mission to explore the surface of which celestial body, particularly to seek signs of ancient life and collect samples for future return to the Earth. So in short, Perseverance rover, it is a mission launched by NASA concerning which of these celestial bodies? Option B, Mars. So Perseverance rover was a mission launched by NASA for exploring the life on planet Mars. The Nobel Prize for 2024 in the Peace category was awarded to whom? So who of the following has received the Nobel Peace Prize for the year 2024? It is Nihon Hidankyo of Japan. So Nihon Hidankyo, a Japanese organization which is working to achieve a world which is free of nuclear weapons and arms. This particular Japanese Nihon Hidankyo has won the Nobel Peace Prize for the year 2024. Again, this was very much in news in the month of October, and we have covered extensively regarding this Nobel Prize in our sessions at Abhyaas. So it should be easy. Which of the following is not a member of the United Nations? Taiwan, United States of America, Honduras and Brazil. Taiwan. This Taiwan was also in news in relation to China and Taiwan conflict, which we have discussed again at Abhyaas in the month of August, September, those times. So in those discussions, we also have discussed that Taiwan is one such country, the most populous country which is not a member of UN. So if you remember that, and it is also given in various magazines also. So then Taiwan should be the answer for this. Taiwan is not a member of United Nations from these four options. Honduras, US, Brazil are all members. The third Japan-India 2+2 ministerial meeting was held in New Delhi in the year 2024. What is a core focus area for these meetings? So from these four options, which one do you think is the agenda or the focus area of 2+2 ministerial meeting between India and Japan that was held very recently in New Delhi? It is bilateral security and defense cooperation. So again, how to eliminate these options and how to identify the correct answer? If you look at the options, which one is the odd one out? That will be the answer. So how to identify the odd one out? If you see, option A, it talks about space exploration. Option C talks about migration. Option D talks about climate change action. Whereas this option B, it talks about bilateral security and defense cooperation. So which it shows that it signifies a combination of various affairs, different multiple aspects of relationship between India and Japan. So it is bilateral security and defense cooperation, which was the focus area of India and Japan ministerial conference, which was held recently. Moving on to the next question. Military exercises that India conducts with various countries. Veer Guardian, Japan. Nomadic Elephant, Mongolia. Vajra Prahar, USA. Maitri, Thailand. So A3, B1, C2, D4. So option C, Veer Guardian is an exercise that India conducts with Japan. Nomadic Elephant with Mongolia. Vajra Prahar with United States of America. Exercise Maitri with Thailand. So the military exercises, the defense exercises that India conducts with various countries, those names are very important. Here they have directly asked to match the exercises and the countries with which India holds these exercises. Further moving on to the next question. Nupilan, also known as the Women War, was a significant revolt against the British and is often credited as one of the earliest uprisings in India to be led entirely by women. In which present-day state did the uprising take place? In short, this Nupilan, which is a women war, it was held in which of these states in the British India times? So Nupilan, the women war, the women-led uprising, it was taken place in Manipur, in the present-day state of Manipur in the British India times. So Manipur. Next question. A direct, factual, straightforward question, very easy. Who is the present Secretary General of United Nations? Antonio Guterres. So Antonio Guterres is the present Secretary General of the United Nations. Very straightforward and easy as well. What is the international significance of 21st of June? So 21st of June is, as you know, International Day of Yoga, right? The Indian government in the year 2014 has recommended to the Union General Assembly to declare 21st of June as the International Day of Yoga. So, and from that day onwards, every year, this 21st of June has gained international significance as the International Day of Yoga. So this one you should know. According to Swachh Sarvekshan Survey 2023 rankings, which of the following city was ranked as the cleanest in India? Swachh Sarvekshan Survey 2023, the cleanest city in India was Indore and Surat. So Indore was the cleanest city not only in this year but in the previous year also. So this one also I consider it as easy. The following various dance forms in different parts of India. So match these dance forms with the states in which they are associated with. So if you know at least one or two of these dance forms to which state they belong to, then it will become easy for you to guess the correct answer from these options. Bharatanatyam, as you all know, it is from Tamil Nadu. Satriya, Kathakali, Kerala. Kuchipudi, as you all know, it is from AP. And Satriya, Assam. So if you know Bharatanatyam and Kuchipudi, then half job is done. A3, B1, C4 and D2. So option A. So match the following questions like this. Makes easy. If you know at least two of these options, then it becomes much more easier. Moving on to the next one. A very lengthy question, but in short, it asks about in which of these organizations did Vinesh Fogart and the Indian Olympic Association appeal the disqualification that Vinesh Fogart has faced for exceeding the weight limit by 100 grams in the recently held Paris Olympics 2024. So as you all know, Vinesh Fogart was disqualified for being overweight by 100 grams, and Vinesh Fogart and Indian Olympic Association has filed a petition in the Court of Arbitration for Sports, which is located in Switzerland, Lausanne. So again, very straightforward question, very easy to answer. Next one. In September 2024, a new scheme called BioRide was approved by the Union government in the field of biotechnology, right? Okay. So what are the components of the scheme? So from these four options, identify the three options which are components of this BioRide scheme approved by the Union government for biotechnology in India. It is biotechnology research and development, yes. Industrial and entrepreneurship development, yes. Biomanufacturing and biofoundry. So 1, 2, 3. Biotechnology parks and international collaborations is not a component. So you eliminate 4. You will get 1, 2, 3. Option A, the right answer. Next question. The quality of drinking water is regularly measured in terms of TDS. So what is TDS in this context? So this is the most common word that you come across in your daily life. TDS stands for total dissolved solids, TDS. In the year 2004, the government of India has decided to create a new category of languages known as classical languages. What are the latest criteria announced by the government in the year 2024 for inclusion of languages within this category? Again, this classical languages was a topic in the month of October, and we have covered this topic as well in our Abhyaas sessions, offline and online. So regarding these classical languages, the government of India recently has made some changes in the criteria for awarding this status of classical languages. So what changes did the government make? So from these options, 5 options, what is the latest criteria by the government in the year 2024? The latest criteria. So from these 5 options, which one do you think is the latest criteria which is used by the government? High antiquity, a body of ancient literature and text, knowledge texts, especially prose texts. The classical languages and the literature could be distinct from its current form or could be discontinuous with later forms of its offshoots. Whereas the literary tradition to be original and not borrowed from another speech community was removed as a criteria. So this is not the criteria. So you eliminate option 5 here and you are left with 1, 2, 3, 4 options only in this particular option, option number D. So hence option D would be the correct answer. So 1, 2, 3, 4 are the latest criteria by the government in the year 2024 for awarding the classical languages status. So this is somewhat moderate to difficult, I can say, but if you are clear enough in terms of this criteria, then it becomes easy for you. But again, it requires a lot of detailed analysis, detailed study. The movie The Man Who Knew Infinity depicts the life story of Srinivasa Ramanujan. The Man Who Knew Infinity from India, Srinivasa Ramanujan. A movie was made on this personality very recently also. Next one, who was known as the Bard of Brahmaputra? This is somewhat difficult. Again, a factual question. You know the answer or you do not know the answer. Only these two options are left. But if you know about this personality, Bhupen Hazarika, that he belongs to Assam, and through Assam, Brahmaputra flows. So Bhupen Hazarika is a very famous vocalist, singer and a musician belonging to Brahmaputra Valley of Assam. So Bhupen Hazarika is famous as the Bard of Brahmaputra. So those friends from Assam might know about Bhupen Hazarika, like our friend Nayak. Bhupen Hazarika, very famous personality. Yes, Nayak, do you know? In the year 2024, the government of India has introduced Rashtriya Vigyan Puraskar for outstanding contributions in the field of science and technology. The first edition of awards were awarded this year. So, identify the 4 categories in which the awards were given away by the government this year under Rashtriya Vigyan Puraskar. So, from these 5 options, only 4 categories of awards were given away by the government in this year. It is Vigyan Ratna, Vigyan Shri, Vigyan Yuva and Vigyan Team only. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, option A. Excepting Vigyan Avishkar, all the other components are covered under Rashtriya Vigyan Puraskar this year by the government. Moving on to the next question. As a part of its NTMHP initiative, the Government of India recently introduced Telemanas 24/7 toll-free helpline number 14416. In this context, Telemanas stand for what? Again, this is a very factual question, direct question. You either know the answer or you do not know the answer. If you know the answer, you mark it. If you don't know the answer, you leave it. The answer is Tele-mental health assistance and networking across states. Yes, Telemanas, Tele-mental health assistance and networking across states, Telemanas. Festivals in India and the states in which these festivals are celebrated. Again, somewhat easier, somewhat difficult. You know at least 1 or 2 festivals, in which state they are observed, in which state they are celebrated. That makes the job easy for you. So, starting with Kadalekai Parishe, Bohag Bihu, Assam, Bohag Bihu. So, if you know Bohag Bihu is from Assam, then try identifying at least one other festival in which state it is celebrated. So, Bohag Bihu is in 2C here, but we also have 2C in other options also. So, let us find out other options. Kadalekai Parishe is in Karnataka. So 1D, here we have 1D here. 3A, Uttarayan, Gujarat. Naukhai, Odisha. So Bohag Bihu from Assam, Naukhai from Odisha, Uttarayan from Gujarat and Kadalekai Parishe from Karnataka. These are the festivals and the states in which they are celebrated. So option B, 1D, 2C, 3A and 4B. Next one, last but one. In the ongoing Israel and Palestinian conflict, frequent references have been made to Iron Dome. What does Iron Dome refer to from these four options? What is Iron Dome? Multi-purpose missile defense system of Israel designed to protect against a wide range of indirect and aerial threats or attacks. So Iron Dome, these days we are getting to hear a lot about this Iron Dome of Israel, which is a protective shield which protects the territorial integrity of Israel from the missile strikes and the aerial bombardments by its enemies or opponents. Okay, two more questions. The Indian Air Force recently inaugurated a new training establishment, the Weapon Systems School, with the aim of recalibrating and transforming the Indian Air Force as a future-oriented force. The question is, Weapon Systems School is located in which of these cities? So in which of these cities is Weapon Systems School located or established by the Indian Air Force? It is in Begumpet of Hyderabad in Telangana. Begumpet of Telangana, Begumpet of Hyderabad in Telangana. Last question. Which of the following statements best describes the nature of the National Automated Clearing House implemented by the National Payments Corporation of India Limited or India? So what does NACH do? What is the purpose of NACH? What is the objective of NACH? It is a web-based solution to facilitate interbank high-volume electronic transactions which are repetitive and periodic in nature. So those transactions which are in high volume, which are repetitive and periodic, this National Automated Clearing House, it will automate the clearance or the settlement of these transactions. So it is option A, web-based solution to facilitate interbank high-volume electronic transactions which are repetitive and periodic in nature would be the correct answer for this particular question. So this is the end of the 30th question in current affairs. So after a detailed analysis of this particular current affairs section in the AILET exam, one thing that is clear is these 30 questions are a mix of various topics in the current affairs, be it from science and technology, be it business and economics, be it sports, be it international affairs, or be it geography also. So from a mix of topics, various kinds of questions have been framed. Some of them are static, most of them are current in nature, but most of these questions, the current affairs based questions, they have been derived from the previous 12 months itself, nothing beyond that. And when it comes to the difficulty level, out of these 30 questions, 25 are such questions which are doable, meaning which are easy to moderate. 5 questions are moderate to difficult. So out of 30 questions, a good attempt would be anywhere in the range of 24, 25, and number of marks depending upon the level of difficulty, you can score anywhere in between 22 and 25 in that range. So current affairs section in the AILET exam this year, which was happened in the yesterday, it's a mix of easy questions and some moderate questions. So overall it is easy. So you can expect good amount of marks provided you have attempted 25 questions in this exam. So thank you so much for staying with us for this analysis of current affairs. Thank you, and do stay tuned for more such interesting videos on various other topics of AILET exam. Thank you.